Hey there, beautiful people. This is Lindy Ford, registered dietitian, clinical nutritionist, and nutrition detective. So every once in a while, I do something called Lindy's Latest Likes. And these are just foods and products that I use every day, things that I really love to purchase and things that may help and benefit you. So today I'm going to start with, actually I have two products that are from Whole Foods. I don't always do that, but this product is specifically from Whole Foods, and that is their Theresa Sausage. Really, their whole butcher shop is great. I want to show that to you. This one was on sale, and when it goes on sale, it's frozen right now, because when it goes on sale, I buy a whole lot of it, and I freeze it in individual bags like this. And I can tell you that I have grilled the butcher over there, and he has told me that the ingredients in this are really pure. And the problem with a lot of sausages that you may not know about is that a lot of them are filled with fillers, or they're filled with a lot of sugar or dextrose. Dextrose is a fancy name for sugar. And you don't want that. You don't want that in any of your meats. And these sausages really have a great flavor. They make all different types, but this is my favorite. Ask my family. I try to serve it a lot. But it's so easy, and it's so easy to just defrost and cook for your family with a couple vegetables. That's a whole meal for us, because you know me, I don't get fancy. I just cannot be fancy. And so that's a simple meal. But the thing that I like about it, okay, it's just a bunch of spices put into meat, and they make it there in their butcher shop. But the other thing is that I feel very confident about Whole Foods, their meats. And the reason I feel confident about their meats is because they have a 5-step process. It's called this 5-step animal welfare system. And so I know that if I buy meats from them, and I don't work for the company, guys, I have nothing to do with the company, but I do appreciate the fact that their animals are humanely treated. That's very important to me, that animals are humanely treated. And this is a 1-step, the first step, which means that there were no cages, no crates, and no crowding. And so that's the first step, and it goes all the way up to step 5, which is the creme de la creme of all their meats, which is the fact that the animal has been on the same farm, pastured, treated, like a child, basically, and really treated well on the farm. So it goes all the way from 1 to 5. But I feel good about any of those steps, and I feel confident about buying them. But anyway, the Theresa is a great sausage, and they have the andouille, and they have a bunch of other ones, but this is my absolute favorite because of the spices. They're just so good. So the other thing that I want to talk about today actually also came from Whole Foods, but you can get it anywhere, okay? And you can get it at any grocery store. You can get it pretty much at any health food store, and that's Chia Seeds. Have y'all heard about Chia Seeds? They are amazing. So these are, again, the Whole Foods brand. Here's Chia Seeds. I always like to use the organic ones. Here's a caveat with Chia Seeds, is that once you open it, this goes in the refrigerator, because this is a live food. Whole Foods go bad, okay? They don't have a prolonged shelf life. This needs to be refrigerated, because it does have omega-3s in it, and it can go rancid. But the other thing that Chia has in it, did you know, it has a lot of calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, protein, and it has omega-3s. Now, it doesn't have the same type of omega-3s that fish oil has. It's more of a plant-based omega-3, but it's still really healthy for you, and tons of fiber. We all need more fiber. Get yourself some more fiber in your diet. You need it. You have to have it. So it's a great way of getting more of those nutrients and fiber into your diet. There are significant studies about Chia Seeds, and this is one that I love. There's a study out that says that it lowers blood pressure, but they also lower something called C-reactive protein by about 40%. I have a lot of patients. I always ask for that inflammatory marker. That is an inflammatory heart disease marker that shows you are at greater risk for heart disease. I've seen people in their 30s have really high CRPs. It's important to keep that number really low. And if it's high, it just means that you got there are problems, Houston. You got some problems. And your arteries are inflamed and you need to do something about it. Well, chia seeds are one piece of that puzzle where you can add that in and get your CRP down. How do you incorporate it? I mix it into a lot of things. I mix it into cottage cheese. You can mix it into plain yogurt. You can also, the way that I use it most often is in smoothies. Okay, so I just put a tablespoon or two in my smoothie, and you know, you whirl it around with about 6 other things and you really don't even know it's there. But it is a great significant source of a lot of nutrients. The next thing and the last thing, I'm not talking about a whole lot of things today because I'm saying a lot about each one. This is my all-time favorite sweetener. It's kind of new on the scene. Okay, in fact, this is only about 1/4 of a bag because I've used the darn thing up. Okay, don't use a lot of this. I use a little bit of my coffee, and sometimes I use it in my little fat bombs that I make when I need a little something sweet, that are made with the coconut oil and the cocoa and peanut butter. I love those little fat bombs. I'll post that sometime for you guys. But this is called Swerve. Okay, now here is the skinny on Swerve. So folks, we all know that artificial sweeteners are bad, right? Do y'all know that? Does everybody know that? Like, stay away from the Splendas, the aspartames once in a while. Yes, I still have like a Diet Dr. Pepper in a weak moment. I do. But I used to be an addict, a true addict of diet sodas. They are not good. They're not good for your brain. They trigger sugar cravings. They're also, what we're finding in the last couple years is that they're terrible for your gut. So stay away from them. Well, this is totally not true about the sugar alcohols, but this is my favorite sugar alcohol because it's called erythritol. And erythritol, and has a little bit of inulin, which is actually a prebiotic fiber. Yay, so that's a good thing too. But sugar alcohols are things with any sweetener with the word OL at the end. So we have xylitol, sorbitol, malitol. Most of our sugar-free gums are made with a sugar alcohol, okay? And what we're finding, though, is that erythritol stands out on its own, okay? It has less calories than sugar, which sugar has 4 calories per gram, but xylitol has 2.4 calories per gram. Erythritol only has 0.24. And so it has 6% of the calories of sugar, but 70% of the sweetness. And here's the kicker, guys. You're not going to believe this. I know a nutritionist saying something like this is absolutely scandalous. Hold on to your seats. I don't love stevia. I've never loved stevia. I don't like the aftertaste. I've tried it in all different forms. I'm not crazy about it. And Truvia is just a processed stevia. It's not a really great product. I don't like it. If you love stevia, stick with it. It's a wonderful sweetener. Stick with it. Don't let me pull you away from it. But if you don't love stevia, this does not have the aftertaste that stevia has. The other thing too is it doesn't have the digestive issues that, say, other sugar alcohols have, like sorbitol. Sorbitol has the worst digestive issues. Okay, true confessions. One time I was sitting at my desk eating sugar-free gummy bears. Yes, I was doing that and not thinking, and just ate the whole package of sugar-free gummy bears, right? Just eating them, and they are sweetened with sorbitol. I had to go to a very important, it was a very important event that night. It was the grand opening of a cancer center in Maryland that my child's grandparents were the sponsor of, this big, huge cancer center on a hospital. Okay, so I had to go to this big grand opening. I was so bloated, guys. I could barely move. I looked like I was about 6-7 months pregnant, and you could have stuck a pin in me and I would have literally just gone all around the room like a balloon. That's how bad I was. It was the worst gas and bloating of my life. I never did anything bad in public, but it was really, really embarrassing and bad and uncomfortable the whole night because of sorbitol. Erythritol doesn't have that same digestive issue. The other thing is that erythritol doesn't get metabolized by our body, so 90% of it just comes right out in your urine. Okay, so it may even look like it has a lot of carbs. It tastes like sugar, but it doesn't behave like sugar in the body. And as of this date, now the jury's a little bit out on this because it's kind of new, but as of this date, erythritol really doesn't have a whole lot of detrimental health problems either. Doesn't raise blood sugar. That's huge. So it's great for my diabetic, my blood sugar patients, which I'm one of. It just doesn't do that. That's a great thing. So the only caveat that I would have about any kind of sweetener, artificial or regular sweetener, is that it raises your sweet reward center, which means that if you ingest it, you're going to want more sweetness. I haven't found that to be true for myself with erythritol, but I only ingest a little bit of it. I put a little bit in my coffee every morning. That's how I usually I usually take erythritol, but you have to be the judge of that. So if it's causing some sugar cravings, but what I'm finding is it's helping my patients, it's helping my people get over their sugar cravings. So they have that little sugar craving at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Y'all know what I mean, right? Y'all know what I mean. Or maybe late at night, which mine come at later at night. You need something sweet, then you reach for something that has erythritol in it, and it really helps. So thank you so much for tuning in to Lindy's Latest Likes this week. I appreciate you being here. I really, really do. So please subscribe to this channel. Like this video if you liked it. Also, if you could like me on Facebook, Lindy Ford Nutrition and Wellness, as well as follow me on Twitter. I so appreciate it. And remember that everybody deserves to be optimally healthy. Thank you so much.